All right. Welcome to Cafe Chronicles.
Thank you.
Tonight we have Soul Deacon. What's happening?
Oh, man, it's good to be here. It's
Yeah.
good to be here.
Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're starting this new series in association with the Preservation of Jazz with Sky Covington. So she does the Monday night tributes, which you're going to be a part of on the 23rd, right?
23rd, yeah, next Monday.
Kings of Soul, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
You want to tell us a little about that show?
So, Sky, she reached out to me months ago to propose the idea of me joining that. We were supposed to do something before, but this is right on time. And she gave me the premise of what it is. You know, you pick your artist and you're doing a tribute to each artist. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. The guys that are on the show, this will be the first time I perform with them. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
Yeah.
And what? So you chose an artist to pay tribute to?
So originally I was supposed to be one artist. That was the original idea. But then as we communicated back and forth, it was like, why not do a few different artists, like one song from one artist, one song from another, to kind of give us, some more variations of things that we could do for the show. And it worked out good. I get a chance to do one from this one and one from that one,
Yeah. I had a chance to see you in action this past weekend. You were singing for Gerald McBride's book release party.
Yeah.
I guess he was calling it.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Man, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had a great time.
I enjoyed that.
Glad.
That was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was, because I don't really know you, and, I was kind of looking you up a little bit, and I see you've played with a few people that I know. You played with Jeff Kennedy.
Oh, man, that's my brother.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
Fantastic drummer, man.
Man, yeah. What a lot of people don't know about him is besides him being a fantastic drummer, he is also an amazing arranger, a songwriter, and he can sing his face off.
Yeah. I've never heard him sing.
He would not like me to say that publicly, but I don't care because he can really sing. And so he does a lot more than just play drums for people. He's on the charts, writing songs and producing songs for people. That's my brother. That's my brother. Yeah. That's my musical brother right there.
All right.
Yeah.
You ever sing together with him?
So we have recorded together, and then I had to follow his vocal lead. You know how they do the demo track? And he was like, okay, well, Soul, I want you to just listen to this, and then you go in the studio and you're going to do this, but you're going to do it your way. And I was like, man, after hearing this, I'm not doing anything. I didn't want to do any. I'm like, man, why don't you just put this out like as it is? You are killing it vocally.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how good he sings.
I didn't know.
Oh, my God, yeah. The guy's good. He's going to hate this if he sees this. Yeah. But, yeah, he's a great vocalist. So we've never sang together necessarily, but, yeah. We've recorded, and I've sang something that he has written or arranged for me to sing. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
What kind of influences do you have? What kind of got you into singing?
So originally when I was a kid, my mother was the singer of our family that I knew of. I knew my father sang, but I didn't hear him, sing, but I heard that he was a good singer. But my mother was the one that everyone in the family would recognize as the singer. I was an artist. I would draw. If you gave me some clay, I could sculpt it. So people looked at me coming up. They thought I would go into a career in art because that was my thing. Somewhere around, I guess, preteen, the music thing got me. I still didn't do it in front of the family, but I really got a love for music. Like, I'd always loved music, but then I started singing along with it. And on one fateful day, there was this girl that I really liked.
Of course.
And we were singing BB and CeCe Winans, and her mom came out and said, "You got a nice voice." Nobody ever said that because I hadn't felt comfortable to sing in front of anybody ever. But this young lady, of course, I I liked her, so I would sing. I wasn't even, I was maybe 12, 13. And when she said that, that blew my mind. When somebody said I could sing, oh, that was it. And the girl liked it. That was it. I was done. I was in. Yeah.
That's great. Who are some of your first influences?
I would say B.B. Winans first. That was the one that, voice-wise, that I would emulate. And then as a kid, like one of the artists that I chose to sing for the show was James Ingram. And the reason why I picked him is because something about his voice is the anguish in his voice, the soul in his voice. I always connected to that, even as a little kid. I remember he had a song that was released on Quincy Jones' album, the Dude album, in 1981, I think, and it was called Just Once. And I think it went with a movie soundtrack as well. But something about that song, and I'm a kid. I'm not a teenager at all. I'm giving away my age right now. I was about 7 or 8 when that song came out. And I remember it just stuck with me. I was emotional from that song. And I'm a kid, so I don't know adult situations. I don't know what that song is about, but the emotion in it grabbed me.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
How music can do that?
It sure can. And that artist, I chose him. He was one of my influences. Jeffrey Osborne, because my mom listened to him a lot.
Yeah, he's coming to Music Hall.
Man, I got to get my coins up.
I think that March or I don't know the date, but yeah,
I would love to see him.
It's going to be on the stage in the theater. Yeah,
I gotta figure it out. I gotta get my budget in order. But yeah, I would love to see him. He was a great influence because having this baritone voice, when you start singing, you start to try to find voices that are similar to yours or that you can reach for. And he was one of the artists. Maurice White from Earth, Wind and Fire, Bill Withers, all of these, Donny Hathaway, these are the artists that I attach to the most. Even as a kid, those voices stood out.
No wonder they call you Soul.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
It's literally the soul artist. And then my grandfather was into blues a lot. So I remember the year that I was born, 1974. I'm going to say it. That's when I was born, 74. There was an album that came out, Bobby Blue Bland and B.B. King. And he would play that album all the time when he would pick me up. My granddaddy would babysit me. He played nothing but the blues. And so I grew up on the blues.
Wow.
So that's soul music, blues, R&B, storytelling, that attracts me the most. Yeah.
That gets you, though. I mean,
yeah.
I really identify with what you said earlier about how music like makes you feel.
Yeah.
It's the power of music.
Absolutely.
And you see it firsthand when, over the weekend when you played down in the cafe, right? They did this little, guess what song this is. They played like a little snippet of, some old house tunes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they played a little snippet. Mm-hmm. And people would get up off their seats.
Yeah.
And it's like they wanted to hear the whole tune.
That's right.
And I thought it was emotional,
Yeah.
but it's just, and I think even Gerald was talking about how that old school music really affected him, and and there's something about it. And
It is.
I don't think people talk about it enough.
Especially in this time where music is just out there. It's cookie cutter music. Uh-huh. And there's some amazing artists, don't get me wrong, but they're putting music.
I know what you mean. I know. Yeah.
It's just out there. It's a product instead of it being an artistic expression. We heard artists. We came up in a time where artists were bearing their soul, and it didn't have to do with just being R&B or just blues. In country, you would hear an artist bearing their soul. In rock, you would hear an artist bearing their soul. Man, Joe Cocker. I mean, good God. Man, Jesus. You could hear the influences in his voice. You could hear him. You can imagine him listening to Ray Charles and deciding, hey, I'm going to go out here and do my thing with that inspiration. You
Yeah.
know, and there's so much soul in the music that unfortunately has been missing as it became a product.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
instead.
It's kind of, I think there's studies out there now how the amount of live bands out today
Mm-hmm.
is pales in comparison to like 10 years ago even.
Right.
Not to say that there's not good music out there,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
it's all, like you said, a product.
Yeah.
And it's trying to sell that product and also trying to get the likes and the follows. And,
That's what it's about.
there's things out there like Suno and the AI stuff, writing songs.
Let me be honest about the AI part. Even as a purist, as much as I love music in the pure form and artists, the synergy, the musical synergy of artists getting together and creating and actually creating songs. The wave of the future, just like I'm also a hip hop kid. I came up in that time frame. And the sampling, I remember my parents were totally against all of the sampling because they were taking songs that were near and dear to them, and the sample created another song. And, what is this crap? But as time got on, artists began to use that, and they created their own artistic form from it. Suno, prime example, is one of those things. It is the wave of the future, and it is not leaving. And so I have experimented with it myself to see what it was as an experiment, and learning how to do the prompts. If you know music and you being a music producer, Suno will work great for you. You can take and feed Suno, and with your musical knowledge, you can turn it into something amazing. It just, I didn't mean to go so far
That's
on
all
that.
right.
But yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
funny
the
you bring it
wave.
up.
Yeah.
In the last interview, we had a huge discussion about sampling.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's,
Yeah.
sampling versus stealing. And, we had this whole thing. So,
Yeah.
but you know what? I have never experimented with Suno. So all
Yeah.
I've really heard about it is it writing songs for you.
Oh, no.
So-
It's much more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get off into it, you feed it your ideas, and the more you know about music and the more you understand prompts, how to communicate with it, you'll get the best out of it. Like it's amazing. And it's not going anywhere, so we
So
might
what
as well take advantage of
What
it.
does it do then? What do you?
So, like, say for instance, you have, I'm pretty sure you being the music person that you are, you have songs that you have written that were half songs or that you produced,
Millions of them,
and they're just sitting somewhere. You feed it into that program, and then in the prompt, you decide, you tweak it. All of the things that you might have wanted to do that you just couldn't get with the other musicians to make it what you wanted. But you have the musical knowledge to say, I wish I had Fender Rhodes piano on here. I wish I had trumpet, and this particular trumpet, not just any trumpet. I want this particular trumpet, and I want it for 16 bars, and I want, all of the arrangements that you would want that you probably couldn't afford. You want full string or all of that kind of stuff. You feed it into the system using your original track, your idea, and you put the prompts in for exactly what you want. And then it's going to spit out 2 versions of that particular song. And then however many times you decide to keep tweaking it, it's going to eventually give you a masterpiece.
So say I have 2 verses of a song, and I need a chorus, right? It'll write the chorus for me. If
you give it the right prompts, but here's the thing. Some people will take something like that and they'll allow AI to create. That's, as an artist, I don't advocate allowing AI to create for you. You tell AI what to do for you.
Right.
So you're putting the prompts in, and then it's just going to enhance or give you other things, give you other variations of what you would want to do. Stuff that you probably wouldn't even thought of.
Okay.
But yeah, songwriting, you put your idea in, it will tweak it to a certain degree, but then you're editing it until you get the finished product that you want. It's just like having a room full of collaborators that have all of the instruments in the world, and you get a chance to have a back and forth conversation with them until you get what you want. They may speak another language, but once you get the right language, you're like, we're on the right page. And then you have this masterpiece.
I'm going to have to
embrace it.
To take a look at it.
Because
I know it's not going away.
It's not.
I know.
It's getting even better and better and better and better. So us as creatives, we can fight against it and be dinosaurs. Or we can take a hold of it and use it. Mm-hmm. This is the first time I'm talking publicly. A lot of people don't know I've been messing around with it, so I hate that I've done this because I kind of ruined my coming out with it. Yeah. But yeah, I've been on it secretly.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: Do you write original material?
I have, but because I'm not a musician like you are, I'm a vocalist. I always have to depend on somebody else to create the musical backdrop for me or to finish things. It's not like I have the ability to go in and make it on my own. So for me...
you don't play any instruments?
I don't play any instruments. Everything is vocal. And when this came along, I was a skeptic until I started messing around with it. And here's a way for me. I don't have a whole production, a bunch of musicians around. So I go to Suno to create the tracks. Like I said, I shouldn't have said this because I'm ruining my coming out, but that's how I'm going to create the music for me to record to.
Well, like you said, if you are in control,
yeah,
and telling it what to do, and you're not letting it come up with
right. I mean, it's going to do what it's going to do, but you're at the helm of it. It's your prompt.
Yeah.
And nothing comes out. It can create whatever, but the finished product has to go through you before you decide that the world will hear this. So by the time it might be 20 remixes of the original idea until it is exactly what you want. Mm-hmm. But it is amazing once you get done. So on your notepad, that's one to mess around and don't go with the free version. Go ahead and pay the money so you can get the full. Because Timbaland is what, he's a producer, and he was promoting it like crazy, and so that piqued my curiosity. Yeah.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah. He's
Maybe
been
I
on
did.
there like crazy.
Maybe I did.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Newsflash! I didn't already broke it, y'all. So now I didn't told the business. But yeah, that's amazing.
Because I had I think it was Chat GPT. I asked it to write a country song. Mm-hmm. I'm like, write me a country song in G about a pickup truck and a beer, all this.
Yeah.
And it came out, and it wasn't bad, Yeah. So it didn't play it, but it gave me the chords, and I went to the piano and played it. But it did it like that.
So that is how Suno works.
Yeah.
So then you take that Chat GPT that it gave you, and whatever it gave you, you take that to Suno. Yeah. And Suno makes the music, and then it'll give you different versions of that. So you might decide, I'm going to try it with country. I'm going to modify this country. I'm going to change the pace of it. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change the key. Whatever you do until it sounds right. So you're still doing the musical work. You're still doing everything that you would do. You're just not necessarily playing, but you have the ability to play. So your music is going to be amazing because you can actually you can feed it and modify it. But back to our original point of how we got on this AI, the thing about the music being the way it is now, people appreciate live entertainment more because they can actually see it instead of it just being something where it's a possibility. It may be AI. We don't know. They can actually see musicians up there playing the instruments in real time. Yep. They can hear the mistakes, the soul in it, and see it. They can feel the energy, the synergy, the musical synergy from it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that can take the place of that. If anything, I feel like the more that this is pushed, people are going to want to see people perform live.
Perform, right?
Yeah. And that's where we get a chance to shine,
It just, in some respects, it scares me because anybody can go and do this and,
Yeah, they can do it, but they can't do it well.
Yeah.
They just like anything else. You get a bunch of people that's putting music out, and just because they can sing, or just because they sing doesn't mean they sing well, or they sing with the same soul, or somebody can play a guitar, but they may not have what you have.
Right.
The same thing with this AI stuff. People are putting stuff out, but the ones that are really musically inclined, they're putting time and effort into learning the system and using it to enhance what they already do. You seem like the type that would take and run with it and make it into masterpiece, Yeah. Because experiment.
And then you hear about all these AI bands and singers. I mean, have you heard about?
Oh, yeah. I followed a lot of it because I was a hater of it for a long time. But I can't beat it. You can't beat it. So, might as well join it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Cafe Chronicles, we ask our guests to come up with a memory that kind of just pops in your head of something that happened to you or you experienced in the cafe. Now, we were talking earlier. You said you've been coming here for Music Hall for years, right?
Years, yeah. I perform with a lot of different people.
You performed on the
Same
theater
stage,
right?
Yeah, both sides have been, of course, on this side quite a bit with different artists over the years. Like, I've been coming here performing when my beard was black. That's how long I've been coming to this place. And various people on the stage, I've watched it be changed. I've seen the staff. It was just this past Saturday. I can't remember his name, but I remember the first time I was coming to perform here, he was behind the bar, and I would always come after performance, whether it was good or bad. I would come there and, get my drinks from him, and then I saw him in the kitchen. He's been here.
Oh, Derek.
Yeah. He's been here as many years as I've been performing here. He's always been a great person. In fact, all the staff have always been good to me. So I had that moment, I reminded him, I used to be here for the Cross and the Light, and the rehearsals were a little shaky, and I would come up, and he would pour me a little something. I would tip him and go on back. He was a great guy.
Yeah, so you must have some memories.
I have. So the latest memory, this past weekend, I was trying to get my family to come out, and it's just one of those things because it was Gerald McBride, it sold out pretty fast, the Saturday show. So many of my family members and friends were trying to get tickets, and they couldn't. But the ones that were able to get here and see me, they don't always see me. And so being on that stage in this format of this, it was like a challenge back and forth, which I didn't care about a challenge necessarily. That was their format. I just like being on stage with my brothers and all of that stuff. But having my family, some of my family members there, and my wife sitting there watching me, I had a great moment singing Ron Isley, which is not somebody that I sing many of his songs, but for that show, for what they wanted that show for, I did about 6 or 7 of his songs for the first time on stage, and that was a moment. It's hard to even put it in words. The response from the audience, my wife, my family, seeing them, hearing them, being on stage, of course, with Randall. That was a
Wilson,
moment.
Yeah.
Last time I sang "Hello, It's Me" on this stage was probably about 8 years ago for another person's show.
Wow.
Yeah, a great friend of mine, Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's before the Wood stage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how long I've been coming here. I've seen the changes. You come and you're like, oh, that wasn't there before.
Yeah. Travis who?
So, Travis Bean.
Sure.
He is
yeah.
So
he moved out of state.
Yeah, he did. He moved to Ohio, and he had a show here some
teaching
years
job,
ago.
I think. Yeah.
Man.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's got bands that he works with and all of that stuff. He's a great human being, a great musician, as you know. And he was doing a show where he wanted to let people know that I don't just play bass. Yeah. I can play keys. I don't just play keys. I can get on the drums if I want. He went on his show and touched most of the instruments up there, and then he sang. So for anybody that came that didn't know that he could do all of that, he did that evening, and he allowed me to. I was singing background for him, and then he featured me on a few songs. And "Hello, It's Me" by the Isley Brothers was one of those.
Yeah.
That was the first time that I sang that in this place, and so
Yeah.
this past Saturday
Travis,
I got a chance to do it again.
He was MD for Elise King.
Yeah.
For years.
And you see how, man,
Yeah.
I can remember when the first time I seen Elise King was probably performing was maybe 12, 13 years ago. And she was performing somewhere in Greektown. And to see where she's come, how far she's come. She's
Elise
just
is fantastic.
amazing. Yeah.
I interviewed her too.
Oh, yeah. I know that was a good interview.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go back and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool people. We got a heck of a music community.
Oh, absolutely.
And I wish we had somebody documenting what we do, like following the rehearsal parts and all of that stuff. Like, it's so many of us that are performing on each other's shows and have been doing that for years. That's just
Trying to do a little something like that here.
And I love this. I didn't know about this, so this is great. Yeah.
So, well, hey, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forwd to February 23rd.
February 23rd. It's on a Monday.
Yeah.
Right here in the
Preservation
cafe.
of Jazz.
Yeah, under Sky Covington.
Sky Covington.
God bless her. It'll be with Clarence, and it'll be with Man and myself, and we're gonna give them the soul. We're gonna do our tribute.
All right.
I want to give a shout out, if it's all right.
Sure.
I want to shout out G Note 7. That is how I got my start in singing professionally in front of people. I was doing karaoke for a long time, and I had no aspirations of stepping out other than that. I had got settled into the job I was working and was like, hey, this is what it is. This is my life. And my sister called me and said, hey, there's a lady that I know and love that needs a man to sing in her band, and I know you have never sang in a band, but I think you need this. And that was 2005, and I joined that band, and I'm still with that band. So that's just one of the bands that I rock with.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
And her name is Gloria Bailey. She is like a mom to me, and I got to shout her out. She is an
absolutely.
amazing person. Yeah, amazing. Hopefully, and she's performed down here we did something with Gwen Fox maybe a couple of years ago. And so
I just interviewed her last month.
I just saw her at a wedding yesterday.
Yeah.
Just great person.
Another great
love her.
vocalist.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
I remember her husband. He used to come down and
Greg,
perform at the
yeah.
DIA, and God bless him. He's just great people. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, man.
I hope you had fun. All right.
I did.
All right. Thank you.